to honor those who serve and who have made the ultimate sacrifice. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Riley Fitzgerald at the desk this morning for Jessica. It's 6 o'clock on May 17th, 2024. Let's check in right away with your first alert forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, what can we expect as we're waking up this morning? Lots of wind, I'm assuming.
Yes, it's still windy out there, Riley, and it's a little bit on the chillier side compared to this time 24 hours ago, but at least we're seeing the sunshine, so that should help put you in a good mood on this Friday. It's also Friday. That should put you in a good mood as well. We're taking a live look outside of our Dust Devil Skycam in Pasco, overlooking Giesa Stadium there, and it will be busy this evening as we have another game against the Hillsboro Hops at 6:30. And the wind speeds will finally start to come down later on today, but right now they're sustained out of the west, anywhere between 15 and 25 miles per hour. We have seen the wind advisory extended through 2 o'clock for the Kittitas Valley, including Ellensburg, for wind gusts potentially up to 50 miles per hour. That's where wind speeds will be the strongest once again. And then across the rest of the region, we could see gusts up to 35 miles per hour. So still rather breezy across the Columbia Basin, along the foothills of the Blues, and even the Yakima Valley. Temperatures are hovering in the upper 40s, lower 50s, 49 now in Walla Walla, 52 in the Tri-Cities, 51 in Hermiston and Connell, and 48 degrees in Yakima. So as you're heading off to work and getting the kids off to school, I think you'll need that jacket this morning with temperatures in the lower 50s for the most part. Breezy, so it'll make it feel a little bit cooler. But then this evening, open up those windows. Wind speeds will be coming down slowly as temperatures climb into the middle 70s. We do have a big event going on in Walla Walla this weekend. We have the Onion Man Triathlon. We'll have that full forecast for you. And your 7-day coming up in a bit. Riley, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. The Lineage fire in Findlay has been burning since April 21st. There are moments of progress in the fight, but then there are setbacks. Yesterday, a number of Benton County commissioners toured the site for the first time. Our own Austin Reed was at the site last night where the windy and dry conditions fanned the flames.
Good morning. So a security team has been monitoring this Lineage logistics area since April 21st, 24 hours a day, 7 days per week. But because of what happened here on Thursday, just after 5 p.m., flames reigniting, crews using their water tender, now they are going to be out here through the weekend just to make sure things are okay. Now, earlier in the afternoon on Thursday, some Benton County commissioners toured the massive warehouse. They met with fire crews, answered questions, and brainstormed on what to do next. We know that demolition is now scheduled to begin on Tuesday of next week. They started preparing on Thursday and will continue to do that into this weekend. Benton County Fire District 1 says excavation crews also arrived on Thursday. More water trucks are on the way too.
Well, you know, you can hear people talk about it, but until you see it in person, then you get a really good feel of what's going on. Hopefully, we're bringing more resources to the table that maybe we can help in other ways. I know the fire district has a limited budget, you know, and sometimes we can access emergency funds, the county can, but, you know, to bring in a helicopter, I understand the fire district look into it, it's $1 million, right? Because you have to have a qualified pilot that can fly in a residential, this is considered a residential area, with a water bucket, right? Then you got to get special permits because it's not truly an emergency anymore.
And earlier Thursday morning, Benton County Fire's chief also met with the Benton Clean Air Agency along with the Benton Franklin Health Department. Crews tell me this is now considered the largest fire the Tri-Cities has seen since the 1940s. If you're worried about air and you live in this area, experts say you gotta just keep those doors and windows shut as much as possible. Stay with us online and on air for updates. Here from Findlay, I'm Austin Reed, Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest.
Thank you, Austin. It was the wind that helped fuel a fire in East Valley yesterday, sending several fire agencies to an area near Riverside Road and State Route 24. The fire was first reported around 4 p.m. By the time firefighters were able to get to the scene, the wind caused the flames to spread to nearby brush and trees. At least 2 semis were destroyed by fire. Firefighters stayed throughout the night to monitor the area, and more will return this morning to check for any additional hotspots. The cause of the fire is under investigation. In Klickitat County, several fire agencies are fighting a blaze at a lumber mill in Dallsport. The Klickitat County Sheriff's Office says the fire is now known as the Tidyman Road Fire. It started off as a 4-acre fire just before 3 p.m. yesterday, but now the fire has grown to about 20 acres. State fire assistance mobilized, and several more agencies are on their way to help volunteers and other departments on the ground. There are homes in the path of the fire, but the sheriff's office says no evacuation orders are in effect because the fire has been contained thanks to the extra people fighting the blaze. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Kennewick firefighters were called out to this situation that shut down South Ely Street near the Irrigation District building. Kennewick police say crews were able to get the fire out and everything cleaned up so the road could reopen within a few hours. It's not clear yet what caused that fire. And in West Valley Fire and Rescue tackled a car fire just off Cottonwood Canyon last night. Fire crews were able to put out the fire before the wind could ignite nearby brush and trees. No one was hurt, and it's unknown why the car caught fire at this time. With summer right around the corner and temperatures warming back up, it's important to know when and where is the right time for a good barbecue. Experts say use grills outdoor only. It sounds like common sense, and that's because it is, but fire crews still get the calls. Place your grill away from your home. Make sure your grill is located on a flat, level surface, and always clean your grill after use. We met with a local insurance agent from Kennewick who says whether you are renting or you own, having insurance is key.
So I've been doing this for 17 years, and one right off the top of the head, is someone was in the backyard. They had just basically a fire pit going, pretty easy going. Had some neighbors over, and the fire got out of control. And these were people that were, had bonfires and fires quite frequently. So it wouldn't be something that was normal, but wind caught the fire and ended up not burning down their house, but actually burning down their neighbor's house. So their homeowner's insurance actually paid for the other person's house.
The insurance advisor says renters can purchase plans for less than $20 per month and can be just a bit more for people that own their home. The Benton Franklin Health District has confirmed that a bat found in a Prosser home had rabies. The health district says anytime a bat shows up indoors, they have to test it for rabies. In this case, they're working with the person who lives at the home to make sure they're taking protective measures. Ordinary steps you can take include getting your pets vaccinated and keeping a respectful distance from bats, living or dead, especially if they're on the ground or outside during the daytime. The health district says the last rabies-positive bat found in Benton County was 6 years ago. It's National Police Week this year, law enforcement agencies from around the Yakima Valley joined the Yakima Police Department at a ceremony to remember fallen officers. According to the National Law Enforcement Officer Memorial Fund, 136 officers died in the line of duty last year, including one in Washington State. For those gathered at the memorial, it was a chance to honor all officers who have died and to show respect to those officers who are still putting their lives on the line.
This is a good reminder to the community and to the police officers that we have a whole family out there who suffered the worst loss they can. And so I think officers, it helps them see that the community does support them and cares about them.
Agencies participating this year included YPD, the FBI, Yakima County Prosecutor's Office, the Sheriff's Office, Sunnyside Police, and Toppenish Police. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, it's a staple of Washington, even Oregon's history, why people are protesting the fate of this 400-year oak. We'll be right back.
You're gonna need a new bumper.
Did you say burger, guac, cheese, Santa Fe burger sauce, burger, jalapeno pepper, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, spicy cheese, bacon, guac, cheese, bacon.
Speed burger! Get burger.
Home Run Riches was such a big hit in April, we decided to play too. That's right, sports fans. It's back-to-back home run chances during Legends Casino Hotel's 26th anniversary month. You not only can win $10 grand this month, but sock a grand slam and claim $26,000. Just play with your Legends rewards card to score entries. Hey, better, swing better. Say it with me. Hey, better, swing better. And win $26K only at Legends Casino Hotel in May.
The Memorial Day savings are on now, this week at Walker's Furniture, with big holiday discounts on all your favorite brands, where you can get the biggest savings of the season, or take advantage of 5 years no-interest financing, with no money down, no minimum purchase required.
Beautiful new bedroom sets, stylish new sectionals, and quality new dining sets are all on sale.
Making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less.
This week at Walker's.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
If you're in a bit of a rut, small habit changes can have big results. Meditation, for example, can reduce stress and help prevent more serious mental health issues. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Mental health services at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Who has the deals? Furniture Row. Who has the deals? Furniture Row. This Memorial Day, we've been training. Prepping for savings so big, they're getting backed in by the truckload. The more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 for every 1,000 you spend. Check out Doorbusters while they last. And financing? We're talking 6 years, no interest. But I want to know, do you have the guts to save like never before? The Memorial Day Super Sale, only at Furniture Row.
The El Diablo Burger is back at Carl's Jr. Habanero, jalapeno poppers, bacon. Give in to your devilish desires.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I figured El Diablo is back for eternity. Only at Carl's Jr.
Big burger! Good burger.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever battle New York. Watch Saturday morning at 9:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
In Washington state, a 400-year-old oak tree could soon be history due to safety concerns over a major highway. This week, the mayor of Tumwater authorized the removal of the tree, but Drew Mickelson reports the decision has been met with pushback.
This was always a transportation corridor, starting from when there were only Native Americans in the area.
Long before it was Old Highway 99, this was known as the Cowlitz Trail, the northern extension of the Oregon Trail. And this oak tree has been here the whole time.
It's seen it all. If it could talk, we'd have a great timeline for the whole area.
Historians believe the Davis-Meeker-Gary oak is at least 400 years old. It's survived storms, highway expansions, and even a few run-ins with cars.
This is where I cut with the knife.
Arborist Jay Gleason tended to the oak after a 2008 crash. The city of Tumwater honored him for his volunteer work. But he is not happy with the city right now and the plans to cut the tree down.
Without question, this tree can be managed in a way that reduces the risk.
Every night that the wind blows or we have a bad storm, since I have heard about this tree, I'm scared.
Mayor Debbie Sullivan says the decision to remove the tree was excruciating but necessary. Last May, a 10-foot-long branch broke off, prompting the city to conduct a study of the tree's health. A team of arborists determined it was suffering decay and recommended the takedown. Mayor Sullivan notes 20,000 cars drive beneath the tree every day.
I do not want to face the family that loses a loved one or has someone seriously injured because that tree comes down.
We came by to say that we want to save this tree because we're all from Panorama and we love this tree.
Word is spreading about the tree's likely demise, and there's talk of demonstrations.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you to get my camera out.
At the very least, this tree is going to get a lot more love in what could be its final months.
If it goes, it's going to leave a big hole in the sky.
Since the mayor of Tumwater made her decision, she has had calls from residents who support her, but she says she knows many will miss the tree. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, deadly and destructive storms continue to hammer at the south, where the storms are expected to go next, and why the places that just got hit should be bracing for more. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full forecast. We will be right back.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus, get 0 down and 0% APR for 84 months or up to $2,800 off select Kubota tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
It's your chance to save during the memorial event going on now at More Furniture. Find amazing values for your home under $500. Get this solid wood queen bed in 2 color options for only $495. Sink into comfort with this sofa featuring reversible chairs for only $495. Or get the family together around this dining table with 6 chairs for only $495. Available in 2 color options. Visit your local More Furniture for these and other amazing sales specials.
It's time to save big at Broadmoor RV Superstore in Pasco. The Forest River Adventure Fest sale, May 17th through the 19th. Get a new Forest River Salem. Was $24,000, now just $16,990. A new 2024 R-Pod Classic, sale priced as low as $21,990. How about a new 27-foot Coachman Freelander, sale priced at just $89,990. The Forest River Adventure Fest sale, May 17th through the 19th at Broadmoor RV in Pasco.
Tonight, a minister charged with murder.
Your husband is being accused of murdering 2 white teenage girls.
Both of them were shot, execution style.
Maybe you were living with somebody you just didn't know.
The new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Dude, have you been working out?
You know it.
It's Live's first ever twin show with the Property Brothers and Nikki and Brie Garcia.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
It was a windy day yesterday, and it will be a windy to breezy day today, depending on where you are. Check out some of the highest wind gusts we've seen since yesterday. Pendleton takes the top spot, 48 miles per hour. Yakima, 47 mile per hour wind gusts yesterday. Ellensburg up to 45, 44 in Hermiston, 41 in Tri-Cities, and Walla Walla, the highest wind gusts since yesterday, 37 miles per hour. And I think we could do this all over again this afternoon. Wind speeds right now are up anywhere between 5 and about 23 miles per hour. So I know a large range there with the strongest winds right now across the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. A wind advisory has been extended for the Kittitas Valley, likely where we'll see the strongest wind gusts, gusting up to about 50 miles per hour will be possible. And then the rest of the region, it will be breezy. We could see wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour. So here's just some things to remember when it is windy like yesterday. 2 hands on the steering wheel when you're driving. When you're driving, also watch out for some tree branches in the road and trash cans that may be blown over. Secure any outdoor furniture. If anything blew over yesterday, it'll likely happen again today. And avoid any outdoor burning. We saw the flames really fan out yesterday at the Finley fire because of the wind, and grass fires can be ignited and also spread very easily in these kind of conditions. Temperatures are on the cooler side this morning. We have upper 40s and lower 50s, 49 in Connell, 43 in Dayton, 52 in Tri-Cities, 49 in Walla Walla, and 48 degrees in Yakima. There's the cold front that moved through yesterday, brought us that cooler air in from the north and west. It did spark off a couple of showers on the higher elevations of the Blues, but we stayed dry here, and we will stay dry through the weekend. In fact, today, mostly sunny, much cooler than yesterday. We're talking a good 10 to 15 degrees cooler, so a little bit of a shock to the system there, and still breezy. That wind will make it feel even cooler still. So 74 in Tri-Cities, mid to upper 60s along the foothills of the Blues, 72 in Hermiston, 69 in Prosser, and 70 in Yakima. Tonight, we're back down into the upper 30s, lower 40s as the winds finally start to diminish. Check out the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, upper 30s, maybe even some areas of patchy frost. If you have any sensitive plants, if you already planted, if you already put the sensitive or fragile plants outside, make sure you cover them or bring them inside just in case. The rest of us will likely be in the lower 40s. Tomorrow, we have a big event going on in Walla Walla. This is the Onion Man Triathlon. If you're going to be getting up early, getting to the event site early, 7 o'clock, temperatures will be in the upper 40s. It's going to be chilly, especially for spectators. 9 o'clock, that's when things get underway, 56, and then temperatures rising to 60 by 11, middle 60s by 1 o'clock with the wind starting to pick up during the afternoon. So not bad weather for all those folks that are participating. Your 7-day forecast showing that we keep it on the cooler side this weekend, middle 70s. That's much cooler than those 90s we saw last weekend, isn't it? 78 on Monday, and then a few showers possible Tuesday, Wednesday. Yakima, breezy, 70 today, breezy tomorrow as well, upper 60s on Sunday, and then lower 70s return early next week. Walla Walla, 68, breezy today, only 70 tomorrow, 68 on Sunday. A few more showers back in play Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly on Thursday. Hermiston, lower 70s today and breezy, same story tomorrow, and then the wind starts to come down by Sunday. Riley?
Thank you, Tiffany. A deadly storm slamming parts of the south after the highest level of alert for life-threatening floods. Widespread power outages are reported in New Orleans, but it's Houston, Rhiannon Alley reports, including downtown Houston, that's been hit the hardest.
Overnight, deadly storms sweeping through the Gulf Coast.
It's bad. It just looks like the bomb went off.
In the Houston area, violent winds and flash flooding killing at least 4 people. Massive trees toppling into the streets, crushing homes as rescuers rush to help. Down power lines exploding outside an apartment building. While rows of transmission towers were left mangled by the storm, more than 1 million Texans left in the dark as the howling winds and torrential rains battered the region.
I can't emphasize enough the danger of fallen trees and fallen utility wires. Downtown is a mess. It's dangerous due to the glass and the lack of traffic lights, so stay at home.
In downtown Houston, streets littered with debris. 100-mile-an-hour winds blowing out windows in these high-rises. The wall of this bar crumbling, leaving a gaping hole in the side of the building, while the doors and windows of this building rattled violently as it was battered by debris.
I was freaked out. No, it was scary. I was scared like the roof was gonna get torn off. I was scared someone's gonna fly through the window and start breaking windows. It was scary.
This morning, schools are closed. Officials urging non-essential employees to stay home. And the threat isn't over yet. Areas from Louisiana to Florida could see severe flooding today. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, seniors in our community who need access to services may not even know they exist. How a local group is working to change that.
Under our roof, they're free to dream big. Because we're here to help protect those dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Who has the deals? Furniture Row. Who has the deals? Furniture Row. This Memorial Day, we've been training. Prepping for savings so big, they're getting backed in by the truckload. The more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 for every 1,000 you spend. Check out Doorbusters while they last. And financing? We're talking 6 years, no interest. But I want to know, do you have the guts to save like never before? The Memorial Day Super Sale, only at Furniture Row.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
Get 3.9% APR for 48 months plus $1,000 purchase allowance on a 2024 Cadillac Lyric when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Under our roof, they're free to dream big. Because we're here to help protect those dreams. Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
This newscast sponsored by Washington State Department of Revenue's Working Families Tax Credit.
Welcome back. Seniors across the Yakima Valley came to the Harmon Center yesterday for the Active Aging Fair with more than a dozen organizations. Our own Emily Goodell spoke with one of those organizations and their dementia resources.
Highgate Senior Living offers a number of resources for people with dementia and their loved ones, including one program that allows people without dementia to take a step in the shoes of someone who does. It's called the Virtual Dementia Tour.
A simulation of what does it feel like to have dementia, to live with it. We do different components. We have glasses, a headset, gloves, and inserts inside the shoes. We want you to feel like you're walking through in the shoes of someone who's living with dementia.
To promote empathy and compassion for people who are often misunderstood.
75 to 80% of people with dementia live with pain, but they can't express that pain. And it comes out as a behavior, or what I call a response. And then we don't know how to react to that because they can't tell us.
It could be a parent, a spouse, a sibling, or even yourself.
After age 65, it's about 1 in 8. After the age of 85, it's 1 in 3.
Symptoms include memory loss, mismanagement of money, and getting lost.
A lot of people, they say, I just don't want to know. If I have it, I have it. But you do have to plan for it.
For medication, power of attorney, wills, and more. But the first step is getting a cognition assessment.
If you're in your 20s and 30s, that might be a little bit too early, but in your 50s, and especially if you have a family history of any form of dementia, you should do it. We do provide those for free at Highgate. It gives you a baseline, you take to your physician, and then they work on the foundation from there.
Highgate Senior Living will be having another one of those virtual dementia tours for free at their facility on June 13th. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the Pasco School District is honoring the life and legacy of a bus driver killed while on his school route. What his widow has to say about seeing school bus drivers to this day. And the Tri-Cities still has its eyes on building a treatment center to help people in crisis in our region.
Hurry down to Walker's Furniture for big Memorial Day discounts, where all your favorite mattress brands are on sale, with even bigger savings on Beautyrest, Serta, and 40 more styles to choose from. Plus, take advantage of 5 years no-interest financing with no money down and no minimum purchase, so you can improve your sleep today and pay over time. Plus, get up to $300 of additional free furniture with select sets sold this week at Walker's.
Hey, Tri-Cities, it's Eric the Peanut Guy with your Tri-City Dust Devils. It's the best time of the year. No, not yard work season. It's baseball season. So come out to Geisa Stadium and enjoy $2 hot dogs, soft drinks, and more on Family Feast Night Friday, May 17th, thanks to Yoke's Fresh Market. And it's School Night, presented by Polish Homes. Saturday the 18th, enjoy the best fireworks show in town, brought to you by Desert Food Mart. Visit the official ticket site at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
choice student checking. Open yours today at any Yakima Federal Savings and Loan.
Save on updates for every room at Macy's Memorial Day sale, like the 5-piece Radley sectional $21.99 and the St. Croix outdoor dining set $10.99. Plus, take advantage of great financing on select purchases today at Macy's.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for happy, healthy dogs.
I was made for sport.
Nutrish Whole Health Blend for balanced energy, active mind, and immune support. Helping dogs dog healthy.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Get incredible savings on top-of-the-line mattress brands at More Furniture during the Memorial event. Save up to $800 on the very best sleep systems from luxury brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. And you'll get special 60-month interest-free financing to help you rest even easier. Get fitted for your perfect sleep system today and save up to $800 at More Furniture for less.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever battle New York. Watch Saturday morning at 9:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, the Pasco School District is honoring the life and legacy of a bus driver killed while on his school route. What's behind the celebration? The Justice Department is moving to reclassify marijuana, moving it to a less dangerous category. What this means for cannabis-based business if everything goes through. And 70 years ago today, education in this country was changed forever. But why some people say 70 years later, they're still fighting. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald at the desk for Jessica this morning. 6:30 on May 17th, 2024. Let's check in right away on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, we saw lots of wind yesterday. Are we going to be expecting something similar this morning?
We are, and the wind stayed up overnight as expected, Riley, and it's still quite gusty this morning. So 2 hands on the steering wheel as you're heading off to work or driving the kids to school. Winds are primarily out of the west, anywhere between 15 and 25 miles per hour, and we've even seen higher gusts this morning, and they're particularly strong up in the Kittitas Valley and down into Toppenish and also Goldendale over toward the Simcoe Highlands. Wind advisory has been extended until 2 o'clock this afternoon for the Kittitas Valley, including Ellensburg, for gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And we could see gusts as high as 35 miles per hour across the rest of the region, not technically under that advisory. It's a bit cooler outside this morning compared to this time yesterday. We're looking at temperatures in the upper 40s and lower 50s. 49 in Walla Walla, 48 in Pendleton, 52 in Tri-Cities, 51 in Hermiston, and 48 degrees Yakima. Look at Ellensburg coming in at 44. So I think the kids will need the sweatshirt or the jacket this morning as temperatures start off in the 50s as they're heading to school. Around recess, middle 60s, and then highs in the low and middle 70s as they're heading home from school this afternoon. And wind speeds will be gradually coming down as well. We'll let you know how your Friday evening is looking. If you're going to the Dust Devils baseball game, we'll have that forecast, and we'll also take a peek at your cooler weekend ahead coming up in a bit. Riley, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. The Pasco School District is celebrating the passing of the Richard L. Lenhart Act into law. Our reporter Monique Ledesma has information as to what comes next, what it means to the district and Lenhart's family, and when it will be in effect.
This celebration has been a long time coming. It was more than 2 years ago that a man climbed onto a school bus taking children from Longfellow Elementary in Pasco and fatally stabbed the driver, 72-year-old Richard Lenhart. Since then, his widow has been working with school officials and state lawmakers to make sure it doesn't happen again.
And all of you bus drivers, when I see you, you always
give me hugs, and give me your support. And you have no idea how much that means to me. It gives me strength.
Thanks to new state law created this year, it will be a crime to trespass on school buses. Mrs. Lenhart says the change has given her some peace.
I'm full of joy and happiness because I now know that we have added protection for the children, our school bus drivers, the aides, anyone that needs to be on a school bus legally. And hopefully it will stop someone from maybe doing something wrong. And if it does that, it saves one life because of that. That's what makes me happy.
Advocates say the new law should help protect bus drivers and students while they're in transit, just the same as they're protected on school property.
To me, it was just really important because a lot of people don't realize how many workers get injured and killed on the job every year. And now with public school bus drivers, if we can help protect them because they are vulnerable sitting in their seats, and if people know that if they trespass on the bus, they could face a gross misdemeanor and they could go to jail, they could pay a large fine, it might stop people from even trying that. So it's really important to me, and it's important to all the entire Teamster family that we got this going.
Now that this law has been passed, Ms. Lenhart says her work isn't over just yet. Her next goal is to make this a federal law. She says as of right now, only 9 out of 50 states have laws that make it a crime to trespass on a public school bus.
It was about their safety. It was about their children, their grandchildren. I have great-grandchildren, and that's what this was about, protecting our children and our bus drivers and their aides.
Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
This law is set to be in effect by July of 2025. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, something that was originally started back in the 1940s to draw awareness to veterans' mental health struggles, but it's grown to highlight so much more. Now, mental health experts say a big focus of their efforts this month especially is fighting the stigma of getting mental health treatment. We spoke with the director of a local counseling center who says mental health struggles impact more of your friends, neighbors, and family members than you might realize.
Probably about 20 to 25% of the people at any given time will struggle with a mental health issue, whether it's anxiety or depression or more severe mental health issues like bipolar disorder or schizophrenia. And so if there's a stigma against people seeking care or it's seen as some sort of personal weakness, then people won't get the care that they need. And ultimately what ends up happening is because they're not seeking the help, they get worse and worse.
Advocates here in the Tri-Cities are working to create a local treatment center so that people can get help close to home and family support systems. The Justice Department is moving to reclassify marijuana, moving it to a less dangerous category. If it goes through, this would be the DEA's biggest policy change in over half a century. Right now, federal officials have marijuana grouped in with things like heroin and LSD. The Justice Department is proposing lowering that and moving it to Schedule 3 alongside things like ketamine and anabolic steroids. That's not legalization, but it would mean a couple of significant changes. First, it would open up more research opportunities. Second, it would mean potential tax breaks that cannabis-related businesses do not qualify for right now. Third, it means pharmacies could dispense medical marijuana, just like other prescription medications. The Biden administration has suspended funding for a nonprofit group called EcoHealth that was working with scientists in China to study bat coronaviruses when COVID-19 started spreading. Investigators have so far not been able to determine for sure where COVID-19 came from. But the Department of Health and Human Services says EcoHealth failed to adequately monitor virus growth in experiments at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. HHS also proposed the group be blocked from federal funds in the future, maybe for years. EcoHealth says it's going to fight to get federal funding back. May 17th is an important day in American history. It's the 70th anniversary of Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas. The landmark Supreme Court decision paved the way for more equal and integrated schools. The ruling declared separate but equal education unconstitutional in the United States. Progress has undoubtedly been made over the decades. However, advocates say the fight for desegregation is far from over. According to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, there are currently more than 200 open school desegregation cases currently on the federal docket. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, a special and heartfelt journey by the Palouse tribe. Our very own Toby Solvang talked with tribal members while they made a stop in our region. Why the trip has a special meaning.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Indulge in Legends Casino's seafood buffet experience. Discover a feast of premium crab legs, succulent shrimp, and an array of delectable ocean-inspired dishes. Elevate your evenings with Legends Seafood Buffet every Thursday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Tonight, a minister charged with murder.
Your husband is being accused of murdering 2 white teenage girls.
Both of them were shot, execution style.
Maybe you were living with somebody you just didn't know.
The new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Bad sleep?
The worst.
There's really no excuse for bad sleep during the Memorial Day super sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or check out the Summit, easy on the wallet for only $299.99. Save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day super sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
Having more than 5 sunburns doubles your risk of melanoma. Use sunscreen with an SPF of at least 15. There's more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Skin cancer prevention and screening available at Prosser Memorial Health. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Walla Walla Sweets Baseball has been a beacon of our community's spirit for 14 seasons. But behind every swing and every catch lies the question, where do our players call home during the season? The answer is simple. With you, our incredible host families. It's more than just housing a player. It's about becoming part of their journey. Watching our boys chase their dreams is incredibly rewarding. Become a host family and be part of something bigger than the game. Together, we are Walla Walla Sweets.
Need a new appliance? Don't want to wait? Fred's has them in stock and on sale. Fred's Appliance has more appliances in stock than any of the box stores. Sometimes you just can't wait for delivery. That's why Fred's warehouses are stacked to the ceiling. If you are really in a hurry, you can pick up your appliance the same day. Fred's offers a 30-day low price guarantee, so you know you're always getting the best price. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Tonight, a minister charged with murder.
Your husband is being accused of murdering 2 white teenage girls.
Both of them were shot, execution style.
Maybe you were living with somebody you just didn't know.
The new 2020 tonight on ABC.
Dude, have you been working out? You know it.
It's Live's first ever twin show with the Property Brothers and Nikki and Bree Garcia.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. All last week, the Snake River Palouse tribe had a caravan of canoes paddling down the Snake River for their 2nd annual canoe journey. Our own Toby Solvang got a snapshot of the week-long paddle and what it means to the tribe.
The Palouse tribe is bringing back cultural traditions and reconnecting with lands that were lost when the Lower Snake River dams went in. Ione Iron Horse Jones spearheaded this adventure that included tribes from all over the state, river advocates and organizations, a documentary filmmaker, and, of course, friends and family.
It's a real community allyship together. You know, everything can donate it.
They started at Lyons Ferry and traveled about 50 miles. But the journey was about so much more than just canoeing down the Snake River.
During our off-paddle times, we have been providing rematriation activities, which includes planting some of the original native plants that were grown here.
Bobby Fosek rounded up the group for a lesson about native and invasive plants.
Roses are really good at holding the bank together, then they protect them because they have thorns.
He then led the group in a planting of a wild rose on the riverbank. Everyone was invited to plant some seeds, forming their own personal connection with the land and the river.
We really want to include rematriation and each community ally here in ensuring that all of us leave a piece of us here. And so now we're all family.
Also along for the journey was a documentary filmmaker, Grace Pancrati. Her latest piece is focusing on Jones and the issues she's bringing attention to.
I'm working with Ione on a short film about her work and her family's mission to rematriate the land and bring the bones that were stolen back, bring their people back to the river, get the river running free again.
Breaching the dams is one of those issues highlighted by this journey. As the group prepared to launch, one paddler took the opportunity to cast a fishing line. Right away, he had a fish on the line. The fish had a hook and line stuck in its mouth from being caught before, so Basil got it out and released the fish back into the water.
We are continuing this cultural and traditional knowledge-based system, and that's it. This is it. We're here to let the river guide us and share with us the type of medicines that they need so that the rivers can help restoring our salmon and help protecting the lands from so many wildland fires.
For the Palouse, passing down traditions keeps their culture alive, and in journeys like this one, they're leaving a seed of hope in their ancestral lands along the river. This is Toby Solvang with Apple Valley News Now.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full forecast. We will be right back.
This Memorial Day at Furniture Row, we're prepping for savings so big, they're backing them in by the truckload. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out doorbusters while they last. Plus 6 years, no interest. The Memorial Day Super Sale, on now at Furniture Row.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $1,950 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Whether you're looking for your next house plant, getting those spring flowers in the ground, or planting your dream garden landscape, Queensgate Gardens is the place to go. Queensgate Gardens in Richland. Let's grow together.
No matter what roads lead you home, McCurley Mazda is about to make your journey even better. Whether it's cruising riverside highways, winding vineyard trails, or anywhere else your travels take you, now is the perfect time to upgrade your way home. Visit McCurley in the Pasco Autoplex today for this special offer.
Find your way home in a new 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing up to 60 months from McCurley Mazda.
Welcome to the revolution.
When it comes to your health, timing is everything. Health First Urgent Care is your reliable healthcare solution, locally owned and operated, providing care to our community. With locations in Pasco and Richland, we're open 7 days a week, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. No need to wait in long lines or rush to the ER for minor concerns. At Health First Urgent Care, we've got you covered with on-site x-rays and short wait times. Your health is our priority. Walk-ins are welcome. You can get the care you need when you need it. Health First Urgent Care, because your well-being comes first.
Visit us at our new urban wine bar in historic downtown Kennewick. Choose from a variety of wines and food from our expanded menu. Enjoy time with friends old and new. After hours with riverfront views from our shaded patio, we are Murray Gaston Wine Bar.
It's the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or check out the Summit for only $299.99, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale on now at Denver Mattress.
This newscast is sponsored by Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We've had some pretty notable weather over the past couple of weekends. 2 weekends ago, remember, it was cool and rainy. Last weekend, we saw highs in the 80s and 90s. It was a hot and dry weekend. And this weekend, even more change. We're going to keep it dry, but temperatures are only going to be in the 60s and 70s. So we get a little bit of everything this time of year in the month of May. Now, the wind has been the story yesterday. It will also be the talker today. Winds right now out of the west and northwest, anywhere between 5 and about 22 miles per hour. And these winds are going to stay up throughout the day before starting to diminish this evening and certainly tonight. The wind advisory has actually been extended for the Kittitas Valley, including Ellensburg, until 2 o'clock this afternoon for wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. It's still going to be breezy for everyone else not highlighted in the advisory. It's just wind gusts won't be quite as high. We could see those gusts as high as 35 miles per hour. So take it easy and watch for some tree branches or trash cans in the road this morning and this afternoon. It is a bit on the cooler side this morning. We're in the upper 40s, lower 50s, not quite as mild as what you were waking up to yesterday morning at this time. 49 in Walla Walla, 43 in Dayton, 52 in Tri-Cities, 51 in Hermiston, and 48 degrees in Yakima. So the weather pattern has changed. We had a cold front move through yesterday. Now there's a large dip in the jet stream, so we're much cooler behind the cold front today, a good 10 to 15 degrees cooler. Tomorrow, you can see these upper level disturbances will just continue to follow this dip in the jet stream. So we'll have another upper level disturbance move in Sunday. So this northwest flow will keep temperatures cooler than average through the weekend and even into early next week. So today, mostly sunny, much cooler and breezy. 74 today in Tri-Cities, only mid to upper 60s along the foothills of the Blues, 70 in Yakima and 70 degrees in Toppenish. A great evening for baseball. The Dust Devils taking on the Hillsboro Hops again in their series after winning last night. Hopefully we can keep that streak going. If you're going, make sure to take the sunglasses, take the jacket as well, and the ponytail holder or the hat, because temperatures will be dropping through the 70s, lower 70s, and into the 60s once the sun sets. And it will be breezy for the start of the game, and those winds will slowly start to come down in intensity as we get into this evening, especially after sunset. Partly cloudy, winds diminish overnight. We drop it to the upper 30s, lower 40s. Wouldn't be surprised in the Yakima Valley if we saw some isolated spots with patchy frost. So if you're already planted, if you have those sensitive plants, sensitive to the cold, you want to cover them or take them inside just in case. Remember, we can see our last spring frost in the Yakima Valley all the way to the end of May, and it's been later in some years. 74 today and breezy in Tri-Cities, 75 tomorrow, 74 on Sunday, upper 70s Monday, and then we'll see a few more showers move in by Tuesday, Wednesday, and we need the rain. Breezy 70 today, same tomorrow in the Yakima Valley, 69 on Sunday, and then lower 70s return next week. Walla Walla 68 today, 70 tomorrow, and breezy. It'll be chilly in the morning, and we'll have that forecast for the Onion Man Triathlon coming up toward the end of the show. 68 on Sunday, Hermiston, 72 today, 73 tomorrow, breezy, and then not nearly as breezy Sunday and Monday with temperatures staying in the 70s. Riley?
Thank you, Tiffany. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one-on-one with the first Neuralink patient.
This is all from there to there. Yeah, man.
Wow. Noland Arbaugh says he dove headfirst in waist-deep water, struck something, and sustained a spinal cord injury. Then, just last year, Noland, now 30, receiving a life-changing opportunity.
One day, one of my buddies from college called me up. We talked pretty regularly, and he was like, hey, Neuralink, they opened up the human trials.
Neuralink, co-founded by Elon Musk, is an experimental implantable brain-computer interface, or BCI. a chip surgically implanted by a robot that allows the patient to control a computer or smartphone with their mind.
I can control a computer just like anyone else can, which is not something I was able to do beforehand.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this groundbreaking medical technology. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News.
Before my doctor and I chose Breztri for my COPD, I had bad days. Flare-ups that could permanently damage my lungs. With Breztri, things changed for me. Breztri gave me better breathing. Starting within 5 minutes, I noticed my lung function improved. It helped improve my symptoms. And Breztri was even proven to reduce flare-ups, including those that could send me to the hospital. So now, I look forward to more good days.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Ask your doctor about Breztri.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:54. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. The fire at the Lineage warehouse near Findlay reignited again due to dry and windy conditions. County and city leaders toured the area around the plant as flames started up again, bringing more fire crews to the area. Firefighters remain on scene 24/7. The fire is in its 4th week now. It was the wind that helped fuel a fire in East Valley yesterday, sending several fire agencies to an area near Riverside Road and State Route 24. The fire was first reported around 4 p.m. and spread to other nearby vegetation. At least 2 semis were destroyed by the fire. Firefighters stayed throughout the night to monitor the area, and more will return this morning to check for any additional hot spots. In Klickitat County, several fire agencies are fighting a blaze at a lumber mill in Dowsport. The Tidyman Road fire started off as a 4-acre fire just before 3 p.m. yesterday, but has grown to about 20 acres. State fire assistance mobilized and several more agencies are on their way to help volunteers and other departments on the ground. No evacuation orders are currently in effect. With summer right around the corner and with temperatures warming back up, it's important to know when and where is the right time for a good barbecue. Experts say only use grills outside. Place your grill away from your home. Make sure your grill is located on a flat, level surface, and always clean your grill after use. The Benton Franklin Health District has confirmed that a bat found in a Prosser home had rabies. In this case, they're working with the person who lives at the home to make sure they're taking protective measures. Ordinary steps you can take include getting your pets vaccinated and keeping a respectful distance from bats, living or dead, especially if they're on the ground or out during the daytime.
It was a windy day yesterday, and it's going to be breezy again today. In fact, those winds stayed up overnight, and they're ranging anywhere between 15 and 25 miles per hour for the most part this morning. And a wind advisory has been extended for the Kittitas Valley, including Ellensburg, until 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's where gusts could reach 50 miles per hour. The rest of the region, you may see gusts up to 35, maybe some isolated 40-mile-per-hour gusts. Temperatures are on the cooler side this morning, upper 40s and lower 50s across the board. Today, much cooler than what we saw yesterday. We were close to 90 in the Tri-Cities yesterday. We're going to put it at 74 today, and that wind will make it feel even cooler. Tonight, we drop into the lower 40s. There may even be some upper 30s out there across the Yakima Valley. And I told you I would show you this one last time. If you are participating in the Ironman Triathlon tomorrow in Walla Walla, best of luck to you. It is going to be chilly in the morning before the event begins, and spectators, I would definitely bring the jacket with you. 9 a.m., that's when things really get underway, 56, and then we'll be rising through the 60s with the wind picking up late in the morning, early in the afternoon, I should say. So we keep it breezy tomorrow, Tri-Cities 75, and then we warm it up briefly, upper 70s Monday before rain chances are back, and we need the rain. 70 and breezy today in Yakima, same tomorrow, upper 60s Sunday rather, and then lower 70s Monday and Tuesday. And in Walla Walla, we're going to to keep it on the cool side this weekend with more rain chances back Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Riley?
Thanks, Tiffany. Thank you for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Your local news is back tonight at 5 o'clock, and you can always find the latest at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Have a great weekend.